Okay, and greetings. Welcome to another Komodo community podcast. I'm Giuliano. This time we're speaking with Satinder Grewal from Komodo's development team. Legendary Satinder in my mind. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Giuliano. Legendary is a pretty big word. I don't think so. I am deserving that, but just a community member, yes, a developer. That's
Fair
enough.
enough. Fair enough. Maybe extremely humble, I will say then. But either way, I'm not here to praise you too much. In fact, I'm here to learn more about Shurli and subatomic swaps. And it seems like you're very excited about all of that. So maybe the first thing, I also noticed you're interested in Go language developers. So if anybody is looking to learn more about Go language or practice it, or they want to help you, then they can contact you through Discord channel. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, sure, they can.
Okay.
Yes,
I just
I would
wanted to
love
get
to.
that. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out there before anybody clicks off or anything else like that. So if you know anybody who knows Go language or you know Go language, hit up Satinder. Now, what is Shurli? Can you just explain to us what is Shurli?
Okay, so Shurli is an application that I'm right now working on, and it will be able to make trading of cryptocurrencies in a decentralized manner, just like Atomic Swaps and other decentralized exchanges does. And the technology behind this application is used through Komodo technologies. And it's been developed since December, January by JL777, James Lee, the core developer of Komodo Platform. And using that technology, I'm gonna develop this Shurli application to facilitate different area of trading to users other than the atomic DEX, which is covering the different bases of technology for the trading.
Okay. Now there's a lot to go in through here. I just want to make sure. So Shurli is a crypto conditions DApp. Is that basically what it is?
No,
Okay.
it's not. So I should clear the behind the scene technology, why
Can I,
and how.
so can I ask you then, so Subatomic is the crypto conditions DApp?
No, there is no
Not even.
role of crypto conditions or custom consensus. The other name
Okay,
for crypto conditions is custom consensus. So yeah, there is
right.
no role of that in this one.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up then. Okay, so I was a little bit confused from some of the things that I was reading. So please then do continue and share what you were going to say.
Okay, so the first, because I think I should explain this from the general user's point of view, the technology part. So in technology and in computer science, there are protocols. The definition of protocol is a set of rules. It's a collection of set of rules. So if you call about atomic swaps, that is also a set of rule, which is running with a combination of different protocols in the network. It can be either centralized exchange, it can be a website, it can be another cryptocurrency. So they have their own protocols. So based on these protocols, which are the underlying layer to communicate with other applications and nodes and network peers, that makes it possible for your user application to interact with these protocols and let the users do all those things whichever they want to do. Even in the Discord or Slack or chat or Twitter application, these applications are based on those protocols, different kind of protocols. There is not just one kind, there are many kinds. So Atomic Swaps is using different kind of protocol, the set of rules, and Shurli is using different kind of protocol, and that is subatomic swaps. The first thing I want to clear is the need of this subatomic swaps and how it came to existence. When, would you say, the last time atomic swap, would you say, scaling test happened, the developers of atomic swap noticed there needs to be some improvement. The improvements are worked on, and those has already been enhanced. And there is another alternative ways we can enhance the network. And that was the idea of James to work on this problem solving, to enable an alternative scaling network for atomic DEX, or you can say the atomic swaps technology that Komodo Platform has developed, the market maker code, which gives the APIs for the applications to build applications using that. So that technology is called DEXP2P. So James used Bitcoin's own network layer, which is customly coded, as I understand. And that network layer is very much optimized because of the 8 to 9 years or 10 years rigorous testing, what you say, developed by different developers in the open source code communities. It's been very much enhanced and improved. So the network layer of Bitcoin is much stronger than any other network, to my understanding. So the DEXP2P, this technology allows is, it allows to create your own peer-to-peer network using that network layer of that Bitcoin network layer. So based on this network, you can exchange messages on connected peers to disconnected peers on this peer-to-peer network. These messages are very fast, and the connection of these peers is very strong. And the peers, if goes offline or online, the network can detect that and adopt that. And there can be hundreds of thousands of peers which can be managed on these kind of networks. So this allows very much enhanced performance, very much fast communication between different peers. And because of this, if this gets adopted in an atomic DEX for atomic swaps, to make trades on between different cryptocurrencies using atomic swaps protocol, this can enhance its stability, performance, and efficiency very much times faster. I cannot give you n times faster. Maybe it could be 10 times, could be 100 times faster, could be even more. But it enhances that stability and scalability a lot. So when James developed DEXP2P, this protocol or this application layer in Komodo Platform's code, he had a few ideas to test it. And the first idea was to just make a standard messaging, what you say, format to communicate between peers. So with that, it came to some specifications, like we want to send the coin A and coin B, its price 1 and price 2, which is like ask and bid, and the public address of the seller and the name or username of the seller, whatever XYZ name they want to choose. It can be anything like username, something. And these kind of small format can be exchanged between peers on this custom DEXP2P based network. So I think this part so far clears you the basis core of the technology. And if this part clears, I can go ahead. Do you have any questions so far?
No, that's quite comprehensive. The subatomic uses DEXP2P, and atomic swaps currently uses the market maker V1, and it's moving towards market maker V2. And there's potential in the future for some sort of combination. No. Anyway, you're going to say something.
The current version of atomic DEX is using market maker version 2 already, not version 1.
Okay.
And that is custom coded in Rust language. And it took all the ideas from JL777's C language based code. And the developers of market maker version 2 has done a lot of improvements and work to make the life of developers as well as the users' life easier to interact with this and to make their own graphical applications using this. So yeah, just wanted to correct that. Yeah,
Great.
please go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you. No, this is looking like it's going to be helpful because it'll correct all kinds of misunderstandings that I have, and hopefully everybody else who's watching, if they have any misunderstandings, that will be corrected too. And
Yeah,
so the other thing that I was understanding is that the DEXP2P is literally P2P off chain on some level, and
exactly.
because it's off chain, then it requires a layer of trust, which is you have some risk factors that you were able to mitigate or you could possibly mitigate, but basically there's a higher level of trust that's required between the two interacting parties. Yes.
Yes, yeah. So to create this DEXP2P based peer-to-peer network, you just use the command from Komodo, the application that gives you that Komodo daemon, which allows you to connect to the network. So you can do your same command like uh, Komodo D, and its SHA name is Shurli, and its DEXP2P is true. Just kind of this example. So, but the command will be a little different, but this kind of single command can give you your own network. And you just give your public IP of your machine to others, and they can use the same command and they can connect to you. It's in that simple format, and this helps you create this peer-to-peer network. And such kind of thing, which sounds quite simple, but as James explained, he was looking for something efficient and something easier for setup, for the developers as well and for the end users as well, so that it can be used as a network layer for applications. And he couldn't find something which could be as usable as, or as easily usable as he has developed. So that's why he created this technology. And as I explained, because it has a specific format of exchanging messages between peer-to-peers, connected peers. So based on those format of messages, it is possible to create n number of applications. So you can use those messages for different exchange of messages over the network. And one of the application that he first created to test this scalable network is subatomic swaps, because that was the first application for which actually this DEXP2P technology was made. And based on this, those subatomic swaps are very much same to as you are sitting over there, I'm sitting here, and I send you a message, okay, this is my address, and you send me your message, you say, okay, this is my address, and please send me these XYZ coin, and I will send you back the ABCD coin that you want. So exactly this is what is happening in those messages. But all of this is taken care by those protocol, I would say, DEXP2P network. And this is as simple as there is no involvement of blockchain-based communication like there is in atomic swaps protocol.
Right.
Atomic swaps
Right.
protocols are truly trustless, and there is no such risk of losing something. In any case, you get your funds back. In any case of something, which say miscommunication or network error, or some trader goes away in between the trade or something like that. But in subatomic swaps, it's a little different.
Right. So I did notice that atomic DEX is Bitcoin time-based, subatomic is network message time-based. You had mentioned also there's a lot of potential that can be shared back and forth through these message networks. Just one in terms of the trust factor or the risk factor. One thing was that message order, like a phone book you were mentioning about subatomic JSON file, which you can add or take away, more likely take away people that are in there, or keys that are in there, public addresses, whatever it is, the names, and then
Yeah.
you can use that as trusted, at least a more trusted people that you can interact with. Is that right?
Yeah, so this question is more about how we handle the trust using subatomic swaps, isn't it? So I'll take an example of local Bitcoins. So have you ever used local Bitcoins?
Sure.
No?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
get the idea. Yeah, I understand that you're meeting somebody and then trading them, but it's not trustless. You have to trust that they're gonna send back the
So
information.
local, so localbitcoins.com is a website where people have registered by giving their email and password and
Okay,
however.
yeah, the new version. Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah,
Before it
so
was, sorry to interrupt you. Before it used to be you would just actually meet up in person and exchange in that
yeah,
way a lot of the times, right? Okay.
yeah.
All right. Sorry, go on.
So so later people use such kind of website and they advertise their trades over there. Like somebody says, okay, I want to sell my one Bitcoin for this much of dollars or this much of pesos or this much of rupees or any other currency or euro or yen or whatever. Or some can even say like, I will, I'm buying these cryptocurrency or Bitcoin for this much of LTC or something like that. So these kind of things has happened with local Bitcoins. Um, so this is very much like, what is the word for that? Classifieds, I think. So, so experience of subatomic swaps will, what you say, feel like something similar because it's kind of like the same experience. Um, on local Bitcoins kind of type, you trusted a local Bitcoins website. The other person could send you the money either by wire transfer, if that fiat currency or bank money, national currency, or they can choose not to. And the other party who's supposed to send the cryptocurrency, they can choose to not send that cryptocurrency. And such kind of conflicts could happen on such kind of platform. And in terms of subatomic swaps, the same kind of risks are there. But the difference here is the subatomic swaps allows us to make those trades in very micro transactions. If I give you, for an example, you want to exchange a cryptocurrency, and for example, that is $100 worth of cryptocurrency. You start to trade, or you can choose to trade just $1 at one trade. You do 100 trades. That means you complete, what you say, this trade in 100 times. And subatomic swaps, because it does not wait for any number of confirmations, you can choose to use the confirmation like 1 or could be 10. It can be user specified. And based on this, you can also choose to not use any confirmation and straight, just as soon as you see the transaction, just complete the transaction and send your transaction to the other party. So the risk is, in case you are doing the 31st trade, to complete your $100 worth of trade, and the trade for some reason is not complete. The reason could be the node gone offline, not able to communicate, could be some blockchain-based issue, could be some wallet-based issue, could be some user-based issue, could be any number of different issues. Could be genuine, could be some, what you say, bad actor in the operation. So in such kind of operation, you only lose $1 worth of crypto, and the next trade can be stopped. You can choose to, what you say, continue these trade with different other traders. And the JSON file and the trust file that you talk about, that is a list of public keys of the traders which you trust. And some of those public keys are already supplied by the Shurli application, just like the public keys of JL777, some other trusted person in the Komodo community. So people have provided those public keys and their handles, like Assassin, JL777, Satinder. So there are different other people who have done this thing. And because when you see those trades in the Shurli application, you see this information, like what is the handle of that trader who is selling those coins, and what is the public key of that person, what is the amount he's selling, and what is he asking the price for that. And there is a window of 1 hour for those trades to be available. And after that window, those offers expire. And the seller who is selling those, they have to create the new orders. And those orders are broadcast to the network. So based on those trades, you experience with the users or the traders you're trading with, like who you want to trust more. You have done these trades with N persons, and out of those N persons, these were more successful. Or you have done just a trade with some specific 2 or 3 person and like 2 or 3 people, and you trust who more or less. And based on those, you can add or remove those public keys to this list. And based on that, your order viewing will also be different. And based on that, that trust is custom. So it's user handled trust. It's in this way, you are not paying any fees to anybody, not even to any centralized exchange. Like local Bitcoins, you have to pay the fee. On Atomic DEX, the seller, who is the, what you say, maker, is selling maker or taker. I'm confusing with terms. It means whoever is the liquidity provider, he is paying the fees. Or maybe I'm confusing.
I believe taker takes
to those.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the taker pays a fee, but there could be. Anyway, I'm not one to speak on that.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. I'm forgetting some details. So anyway, so in this subatomic swaps, there is no such kind of protocol fees in this fin. So the only fees is the blockchain and cryptocurrency based fees, the fees that you use for making a transaction on the network. And cryptocurrency, so another cryptocurrency, it depends, it varies, it's more or less. So I think the trust part clears, or if there is any question left.
Definitely. And then whatever is, so it closes after an hour, the window closes, and then whatever information remains, so all the information is removed except for the information that would remain on the specific blockchains that were interacting. And
no, not on the blockchain. That the information for the trade that you are talking about,
yes,
that trade offer was broadcasted on the network. That's what you're talking about?
No, I'm just saying the remaining information would be the fact that there was a transfer between those blockchains.
Yeah. Even that is interesting part, because in case you do an atomic swap, what it does is it makes a temporary multi-signature addresses, and some addresses and the transactions based on those conditions. And after those conditions fulfilled, the amount of those funds are released to the both end users. But in subatomic swaps, there is no such kind of blockchain interactions. So in this case, the if somebody wants to analyze these trades, it will just like look like you are sending your transaction from one wallet to another. It will not even be classified as atomic swap. So in case some chain analysis or somebody wants to analyze this, it will seem like a transaction from one wallet to another. And there are methods, as I have heard, like they can classify some transactions as atomic swap or decentralized exchange-based, what you say, trades or exchange of funds. But with this one, it's not possible. It's very much private.
Very interesting. Okay. And even within that 1 hour window, I noticed there was also the potential to sell or trade files. And even there was some video streaming that was tested.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
So, yeah. So DEXP2P, Subatomic is just one application that James developed to test the DEXP2P. And the further next cases were to test it to its extreme, how much we can test it, how much we can stretch it, and to what level we stretch it that it breaks. So to test that capability, James did another update which allowed users to send video bytes or part of video through these messages. So for example, you have 100 MB of video. It could be 1080p resolution. It could be 4K resolution video. We have tested both 1080p and 4K resolution video. Could be 500
Wow.
MB, could be 2 GB or something like that. And you can send this video bytes on the network through messages. And on the other end, who is receiving, and there can be many receivers, whoever is receiving, they are capturing those parts, and these parts are, as you're capturing, can be played in a VLC player or any other video player. Well, we did a technical bunch of people testing, so we were capable to do that, but it is possible to put all of these together and make some streaming application. But in our test environment, it did fantastic. So we were able to make a live conversation, like just like we are doing over here, a live conversation through video. There was some delay because we were testing in our environment, but I'm pretty sure those things can be improved. So we tested, if you're sending this video file from one person to another, it's done, because that part is available for 1 hour, the chunks of that. And even after 1 hour, you go there and you want to fetch all the parts will be available by the other peers if you have stream stopped for 1 hour or something. So
Wow.
yeah, we
That
have
sounds
tested those.
that sounds like some of those P2P file sharing that I've
Yeah,
experienced in the past. That's great, but
yeah.
that's good because you've just cleared up the fact that subatomic is just one way to apply DEXP2P. And in fact, DEXP2P, it can be applied in other ways too. I
Yes.
don't, so that's very helpful to clear that up. And just the idea that, so subatomic, you have to, you create an Antara smart chain in order for this to happen, for the subatomic
Well,
swaps?
the Antara smart chain is what is the basis for DEXP2P. So just like you do a command to create an Antara smart chain, you do the similar command to create a DEXP2P network.
Can I just
And
ask, can I just ask, do you
yeah,
have to do that each time? Or is it just one that's used by everybody?
it's just one, or it can be specific to your application. If I want to give an example, for the test, we were using DEXP2P, the test asset chain, which were giving us this DEXP2P network. And for Shurli application, I created a specific DEXP2P chain. So right now at this time, because I'm just on a proof of concept stage, so I just named it at Shurli 0. I can name it at Shurli P2P, I can Shurli 1.2 or whatever, XYZ, or Shurli ABCD, whatever name I want to do it. It just needs some, asset chain name, and the fact that it is using DEXP2P parameters, and so that it allows other peers to connect to it in DEXP2P manner to exchange messages on this network. So it's the same command that everybody will be using. You create it once, and everybody can use the same one. So based on this, it can be, for example, if you want to make a video application, streaming application, you can create your own DEXP2P asset chain. And it's not necessary that you want to have a blockchain blocks mining. You want to have the coins for this blockchain, the asset chain that you are making, or entire smart chain that you are making. You can just, make minimal coin issuance, like 10 coins, which is the most minimum. And you can mine all of those yourself and just use this for purely DEXP2P. You don't even need blockchain for this. But in case you want to make something, a combination of different custom consensus like crypto conditions and Tyra modules, the smart ones, you can combine all of those with your DEXP2P technology, and you can make many different kind of variant of smart applications, which are both efficient and giving you more secure stack.
Wow. I'm definitely learning a lot today. I hope everybody else is too. This is helping to clear up a lot for me. I've been trying to read through. I'm very poor on the technical level, but just trying to understand the concepts and the way that it all fits together is definitely much more clear now. So that I'm understanding that Shurli is a smart chain, basically, that you spun up and are using the DEXP2P in order to create these subatomic swaps. Is that basically the right understanding for me?
Let me clear that more.
Okay.
So, so
Good.
for the Shurli application, I was using existing asset chain, just like DEX. There is a DEX asset chain or smart chain on the network. So I just apply the DEX P2P parameter to that, the command, and whoever was using the same parameter and the public IP for connecting to this network, they could use the same asset chain. But for my application, I chose to use a different asset chain. So the whole purpose of creating this asset chain was to just create a DEX P2P. I have no intention to generate any coins or something like that for this basic application. And the Shurli application is just a graphical interface, just an interface which allows users to click on that and do whatever actions that user wants to do to trade those coins through subatomic swaps. Does that clear
Okay.
more?
Yes, definitely more clear. And I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. But I just want to mention, or have you mention, so subatomic swaps are very fast. There's a lot of potential for scalability there, even if it can get somehow the DEX P2P incorporated into atomic swaps, atomic DEX, sorry. But one of the main exciting features is this ability already to do Z to Z, Z to Z transactions.
Yes.
Would you like to
Yeah.
mention something about that?
Yeah. So because this does not have any, what you say, restrictions of blockchain-based communication, you can choose any cryptocurrency on this network to exchange with another person. So, so based on that, you can choose a Monero even, but we have tested so far Komodo platform ecosystem coins. So we have tested Pirate and Zcash transactions from Varus. So we made a private transaction trade from Pirate to a private transaction base from Varus. So it's all private transactions. We can make a decentralized trade of just private transactions on the network using subatomic swap. This capability right now is not available in atomic swaps technology, but there are specifications laid out by JL777, and those can be applied to atomic swaps network and the protocol. But so far, the efforts are in the existing protocol enhancements and the user experience part. So at some stage in the future, when atomic swaps will allow those trades of private blockchains, it will be possible to trade Pirate and other cryptocurrencies, because Pirate is only and strictly doing private transactions and does not allow transparent transactions. That is the limitation so far it has. So that's why it's not able to do atomic swaps of Pirate. But because Subatomics is using different protocol messages, that's why it's possible to do Pirate trading using subatomic swaps. And that was the main reason for me as a motivation to build Shurli applications. There is no fees on subatomic swaps, not on the protocol level. And I'm not developing this application and putting any code like that, like if you do this trade and the part of that trade's fees will come to me. No, there's nothing like that. It's just based on the facility that I can provide to Pirate blockchain and other cryptocurrencies. It kind of makes a bridge also between various cryptocurrency technology that they are developing in a DeFi technology that is coming to their mainnet soon, I guess. So it will be an exciting thing. So far it is subatomic swap, but in the future, I'm pretty sure atomic swaps will join the Pirate trading with the Z atomic swaps. So those things will be exciting. But until then, subatomic swap works already, and we can use those. And I'm doing some efforts in that part.
That's really great. And your efforts are definitely very much appreciated. I can tell just from the little bit that I've been seeing online that you are putting all of your effort, or at least the majority of your effort into this. And so I'm sure everyone is very thankful to you for all of that. Before we go though, I just wanted to say, when I was reading, and I'll post up the links to these documents that you had shared in the Komodo community, that JL777 was saying basically the subatomic swaps is more like credit card transactions, whereas the atomic swaps is more like a big bank wire transaction. The subatomic is happening off chain, is not, and it requires a trust. How does that compare to the Lightning network of Bitcoin? Is there some similarity there, or is it just completely different?
I think some similarities, but not many. I think Lightning Network based means swaps, which swaps are, those are in different protocol based. And subatomics are different. I don't have the good details on Lightning Network based swaps, so I cannot talk too much on that part because I don't want to talk, the wrong things on that, because I don't know much on that part. But yeah.
Okay, good, understood. And I think that's where we'll end it for today, unless you have anything else you would like to say that hasn't been covered that you want to get out there.
One thing I had to cover, that was you can sell your files, whatever kind of XYZ files you have, and through subatomic swaps, which also is another application feature. Right now it's not coded, and right now it's not in the pipeline for me to code it in a graphical interface or the user interface, but in the future this is possible. You can also use messaging on this application, which means those messages are not recorded anywhere, not even the blockchain, not even on the centralized server or something. And those messages are very much as private as you were sending from a message from one computer to another. And you can enhance the privacy of this network in case you want to run it over a Tor network, or maybe I2P network, or maybe under a VPN, or which is a proxy or something. So these kinds of things are possible. So file sharing, or not file sharing, file selling, private messaging, fast swaps. The other part that you said is the difference of atomic swaps and subatomic swaps as per to JL777. That is very much like in case you want to do some big amount of trades, you would want to use atomic swaps. That is atomic DEX. In case you want to use some small amount of trades, I think it's better for you to use subatomic swaps, because those are much cheaper. There is no high fees, not even fees, just the transaction fees. And the swaps are very much, customizable as per the user's settings. Those can be completed in just one transaction confirmation, or could be with no confirmation. The trust level is customized. They can be between friends. They can be between some known person on the peer-to-peer network. So these many things are variable there. And there are even more settings we can provide at the graphical interface application level, which allows to enhance this trust a bit more. The other part was to make it sure, like in case a blockchain level event happened, like the 51% attack happens. So the restrictions can be placed in the application, which only allows users to trade the risk, which is to the level or even less than 51% attack value, so that the other party does not go beyond that trade amount and such kind of things. I think this might need more explanation. Maybe we have less time, so we can cover in another time.
Wonderful. And I think I understand that it's basically about not allowing the amount that you're trading to be worthwhile for somebody to 51% attack it. So it would maybe automatically do that. Okay, that's great. And I definitely would love to have another chat with you sometime in the future. But for now, I think we're going to end it here. Is that suitable for you?
Yes, it's all good. Thank you for your time. I'm really happy that you had a time and we chat this long.
Well, me too, because clearly I was very I was very full of misunderstandings, and I'm glad that you helped to clear some of those up for me. And I hope everybody else enjoyed and learned something today, and perhaps gained even more excitement for what's to come. And I think that's it for now. We're going to say bye, everyone, and take care, and see you soon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Leonel. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Satinder. Thanks for us both.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.